Well, you know what sound that is, folks. That is time for a noon whistle. I'm Chris Trottier.
And I'm Jon Anzalone, and we're here with City of Elkhorn Recreation Director Karl Sorvik.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to have you.
Thanks.
We're talking all things rec today. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, it's go time. Hey, why don't you start out just telling us a little bit about what to expect for the summer? What you got coming up with the weather getting warmer?
Well, a lot of things. So we have our baseball, softball programs kicking off here, hopefully in the next week or so. And that's for 3rd through 8th graders mainly. Our T-ball coach pitch seasons start in June. And obviously with the nicer weather, if people go outside at Sunset Park today, you'll see the pool getting power washed right now by our parks crew, getting that ready for the season. And then just right now, it's a lot of planning before the craziness of summer letting out. So obviously a lot of stuff will be happening between now and when summer lets out. So it's exciting to be here at the rec department. We have a great team with us, and we're just excited to offer all of our offerings to the community.
How crazy is the rec department this time of year with coach pitch, baseball, softball, swimming lessons, lifeguard hiring, camps, activities?
Pretty crazy because the list never really ends, I guess. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, obviously we have our camp program that starts the first week that school lets out. We extended that last year, so we have more coverage for families all the way up until basically when Walworth County Fair begins. We have our camps. We have roughly 18 camp staff this year. So obviously they run the camp program, but we do toddler time, rookie sports. We do a lot of football type skills and drills programs with them. So that crew, those 18 camp kiddos do a great job for us in order to offer those offerings. And we have 35 lifeguards this year. So that's really exciting for the department. That's as most as I can ever remember we've had. I'm willing to bet I've been here for 4 years now. That's willing to bet the most we've ever had, period, as the rec department. So big shout out to those 15 to 18-year-olds looking for a lifeguard job.
Hey, yeah, Karl, are you looking for any other positions at this time, or are you pretty well fully staffed?
Yeah, so right now, as it stands, we're fully staffed for the season. We have over 80 seasonal employees. Yeah, we have 80 seasonal employees this year. I know that a couple years ago, especially with COVID, lifeguards were an issue for a lot of municipalities. And to be honest, they're an issue for a lot of municipalities still. Elkhorn we're very rare in the sense that we have a full group of lifeguards, and we have a lot of returning lifeguards, and I give them a ton of credit. I think they've made it a great place to work. We have great employees. I think people look forward to coming here and being at the pool. So that group needs a big shout out for the community. We're able to open on time, stay open for all of our hours last year because they're willing to take up the shifts and be there for the community.
Hey, on a side note, Karl, I know Chris didn't get hired, but did he put an application in for lifeguard this year?
No, I did not. I did not see an application.
No, he told me that I didn't have for swimming, you got to have a bald head. So okay. He said that's a requirement. So unfortunately, I have a lot of hair. So
yeah, that's a full-time swim cap. What are you talking about?
Well, I tried to do a cannonball, but there was no water. So I hurt my back.
Hey, Karl, you mentioned about the summer camps and activities, and I don't know if people realize that backs up to the summer school that's offered by the school, and you purposefully did that so that families wouldn't have that kind of midday pickup or drop-off type thing where the kids could go to summer school through the school district and then go right into that camp and activities session in the afternoon, correct?
Yeah. So I think we have 10 weeks of camp this year, and 4 of those weeks actually line up with summer school. So the school district has been great to work with. We send our employees over there come bus time when summer school lets out. Our employees our camp staff hop on the bus and then make sure the kids get here safely to Sunset Camp. And then that way, mom and dad, grandma and grandpa don't have to worry about, the pickup at noon and the drop off here at Sunset Park. So that's been fantastic. To be honest, those are our 4 busy weeks. They fill up pretty much right away. And I think there's still some openings for some of them right now. But yeah, those 4 weeks are very important for us to be able to offer that, transportation that those families need so they can still do the summer school offerings provided by the school district.
Which one is the hottest event or opportunity after summer school? Which ones do kids go, I got to do this? And you're like, I wish we could offer more sessions.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Well, you're on the noon whistle.
Yeah. So I think camp in general, we've been very lucky with like field trips and everything like that. So depending on the field trip, we're going to go to Henry Violet Zoo this year again. So that's a fun field trip for those kiddos.
Cool.
But we also are doing this is our second year doing it. We're doing a cardboard boat race. So we had eight racers last year, 8 families do it. And we capped it at 8 because we didn't really know what we were getting into and wanted to make sure that everyone raced and everything like that. So there is no cap for boats this year. So that'll be taking place in the summer this year. It's actually going to line up with our Sounds of Sunset concert series. So we're going to have a DJ at the pool. It's on July 25th at Sunset Pool. Races start at 6 o'clock. And the DJ will kind of be DJing with music and announcing the racers. So anybody that wants to participate, build a cardboard boat, put it in the water, go right ahead. We'd love to have you.
That's a great physics activity that school districts do across the country in their pool if they have one, or a pond, which would be good for you, Jon. So
yeah. Karl, that makes me think, you've added a lot of great programs for not only kids, but adults as well. And one of the programs I think that you've done, I think it's the second or maybe third year now, is the No Day of School program where kids can sign up. They come to the rec, you do activities, sometimes take field trips. And what a benefit that is to parents on those days where there's a teacher in service or something like that, and parents don't have to take off work. And it's an affordable opportunity for kids to do some really fun stuff. And sometimes you go to the school and show movies and things like that, but that's really a unique program.
Yeah, for sure. And that kind of started the first year I was here. We had some great camp staff that are juniors and seniors at Elkhorn, and those kind of days that are unrelated to holidays. That was the whole focus of that program, is try to line up with Elkhorn School District and just be able to provide some options. It is a whole day activity. There's some pretty cool field trips we've done. We've done bowling, we've done rollerblading, we've taken the Milwaukee County Zoo. It's just endless possibilities. We go to the Whitewater Aquatic Indoor Center. We went to Timber Ridge. So those ones are, I'd say in the last 3 years, those have definitely grown and become very popular program for the community. And we're just happy that we have the staff to offer it. We're happy that people continue to sign up for it.
Jon, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah. So
talk to me about your role and how it connects with the rec department and rec director. Tell us a little bit about that, because I know, obviously you are a big part of that collaboration with the city rec department and this district. Talk a little bit about that. And Karl, feel free to chime in if Jon misses anything.
Yeah. Well, first, Karl's been wonderful to work with, and Karl and I probably talk, I don't know, maybe 3 of the 5 days of the week, if not 5 out of 5, about different things that the rec department wants to do. And maybe it's something that'll be at a school facility or a swim lesson, an indoor swim lesson, or some unique kind of program. And then vice versa on how that relates or how it benefits or could benefit maybe the student population or even our adult population. I know as a district, we offer some adult fitness and learning opportunities, but Karl and I work pretty close together to make sure we're not duplicating or competing with each other, but that we're enhancing what each of us do and offering different things. So there's a wider variety for the public, or maybe just it's a different time of day thing. So there's a couple opportunities. So I know we really worked hard to go, hey, well, let's work together. Let's give the best opportunities to our community. And how can we do that together? I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Karl.
No, I think it's been great to work with Jon in the school. I think the communication has been awesome and very solid, to the sense, like Jon said, that if someone reaches out to us about offering some type of program, whether adult or kids, and if we haven't had it as a rec department or as a library, my first phone call is Jon to make sure the school district, we're not duplicating services here, because that's the last thing we want to do. We want to be able to provide the services that we have in place and just promote the services that are already being offered. So the communication has been great, and I think that definitely helps serve the community at a greater capacity by having that communication.
Yeah, I bring that up, and Jon, I know I put you on the spot, and Karl, thanks for filling in, but I don't think people understand. We've had Chad on here from the library, Karl. Obviously, we've invited the chamber on. I'm sitting in Wasita's office. these relationships that we've fostered in our community, in our county, from district to rec department, city, economic development organizations, Gateway Technical College, like those, not only do they require intentionality and constant conversation, but they need to continue to be fostered as both organizations evolve. And I guess I'll just let you guys kind of take the baton on that comment and just your thoughts.
Yeah, you make me think of something else too, that, the rec department does the escape room every winter. And because of Karl and I's collaboration and how we get together and talk and meet on things, that even developed into team building for some of our elementary school departments to come down and do the escape room and go through that on an in-service day or something, where for a short amount of time to go, it was a great team building activity for maybe that group of teachers or a couple of group of teachers or whatever it might be. And I think those are some of the things that have evolved from this. And you're right, those partnerships are amazing because they go both ways. It benefits the community. Obviously, the school and rec are part of the community, and we want to provide the best services. And I don't know if a lot of people know that our facilities obviously are used by our school activities, sports classes, arts, things like that. And that's always the first priority. But the next group or agency, whatever you want to call it, that gets access to our buildings and is the second choice is our city rec department. So the accessibility for Karl to run programs like activity nights or laser tag or things like that and offer programs like that, the city and Karl have that opportunity because after our school stuff, the rec comes next, and then our local groups come after that for accessibility.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely agree with that. And it's nice to have that partnership and collaboration because we, if someone wants to do an indoor soccer league, for example, that we started this past fall, it's just nice to have that option for that facility to be able to offer those things. And, the goal is to have 4 adult teams, and we ended up with 8. So my first call to Jon was like, how can we make this work for all 8 teams? So that's been great to have that partnership and collaboration and just be able to have that communication on a constant basis has definitely obviously helps the rec department and helps us, but it also helps the community because that's something that we can offer because of that relationship that we've created.
And what I appreciate is having been in other districts, been around other districts, the investment from the human side to make sure that this is a priority, because these things don't happen with a pixie dust and a magic wand. Like, this is work, as you said. You talk 3 to 5 times a week. Well, we're approaching the 13-minute mark. Karl, where are the Brewers tonight?
I don't know. I know they were off last night. I don't know where they're at tonight, but
okay,
I'll find out pretty quick here.
Well, we need to get Woodward back so we can keep this thing rolling. They're playing pretty well. So
yeah.
Now's the time, though, for some shout outs and thank yous. Karl, you got a list for us? It's your time. I figured you would.
Yes, I do. So I have a quick list of 10 people that are definitely going to make the summer click for us, and I'll go through it quickly. Rachel Richter is our office assistant. She's been great. Sammy is our rec supervisor. She's been awesome. She'll be approaching a year here with us. Our camp program is nothing without Annabelle Cocroft and Nick Rockweiler. I know those are 2 Elkhorn alums.
Yes, they are.
And then our pool cannot function without Sarah Spurley as our managers, Alan Thompson, Maddie Olson. And going back to camp, Afton Melvitz and Vince Umnus. And then Matthew Franz is going to be back this year with a different role as a sports recreation intern. So we're really excited to have him in that role. So
you really dip into that alumni pool.
Yeah.
Hashtag one heard. Holy cow.
Yeah, exactly. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Jon, who do you got today?
Well, I have a shout out, but it's kind of a unique one. I'm going to shout out to Mayor Bruce Lechner. And it's a challenge. I'd like to see Bruce open the pool this year by sliding down that slide to be the first one in the water. And now we're going to have Bruce on in a couple of weeks. So, Bruce, I'm gonna give you a message too. I'll give you a call or something, and I want to see you be the first one down in that water this year.
That's awesome. And my shout out is going to go to you, Jon Anzalone. And I'm going to shout out for all the hard work you put in to foster these community relationships, and both of you
Thank you.
together creating such amazing opportunities for kids that people just sometimes when they're so ingrained in your community, they just assume those things just naturally happen, but it requires work. So thank you for what you do. Karl, thank you for joining in the Noon Whistle. We appreciate it. Go Crew. And you know what time it is now. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.